Amazing.
Let's do it. I'm gonna totally do it.
No, I didn't.
Okay, so my name is Grant Smith. I'm 17 years old. Last year, I was the JD2 Men's Division of Gymnastics in Ohio State Champion. Over my time learning about gymnastics, I was able to come to better understand the sport. This allows me to enjoy the sport more when I watch it. Fun fact is gymnastics, especially men's, is one of the most popular Olympic sports. So when I was told I had to do an informative speech, I thought I would inform you guys on men's gymnastics. Okay, so first slide is scoring. So there's two different scores. Oftentimes people think there's only one score, and it's 1 through 10. The max you can get in the Olympics is actually 16, and is based off two scores, which is the D score and the E score. The D score is the difficulty score. Starts from 0 and works its way up. There are levels of skills, A through I. A being the easiest, I being the hardest. So if you compete all I skills and you compete them perfectly, you have a chance to get 16 points. Okay, the E score is the execution score. This score is based off of how well you do. It starts at 10, works its way down. The more mistakes you make, like taking an extra step, coming off balance, moving your arms too much, those will get you points subtracted. Those two scores combined are what you see on the screen after a gymnast competes. Okay, so next we have the floor exercise. Most people just call this the floor. The floor is a large square of 55.68 feet in a big square, right? So underneath the carpet is actually a bunch of springs to help the gymnast bounce more so that they can get as many flips and tricks in as possible. The goal is to travel to all four corners while doing many different tumbling passes and tricks, and there's a few more specific details in the restrictions that those people have. This is also one of the only two events that you will wear shorts in. Okay, next we have vault. Vault is a table that stands about 4 feet above the ground. There's a springboard and a runway of about 100 feet. Most people start from 70 to 80 feet away. They run, they jump on the springboard. The goal is to get as much air, as many twists, as many flips, while being able to stick the landing after you land. This is also the second sport that you will wear shorts in. Oftentimes considered the simplest sport or event, but it can also be one of the trickiest. Next we have parallel bars. Parallel bars are a set of two bars that are made from fiberglass with an outer layer of wood. They stand at 11 feet long, about 6'6" off the ground. They're supported by a metal frame that allows the gymnast to adjust the width. To set the width, you will normally do from elbow to finger, so my width would be just like this. I'd put it up, I'd measure, and then I'd lock it in. The goal of this is to, once you get onto the bars, to not stop moving. The less you stop and the better it flows, then the least likely you are to get points taken away. Next we have pommel horse. Pommel horse stands about 3'8" off the ground. That is the horse. The handlebars are the pommels. The pommels are the same thing as parallel bars, set as far apart as you want. It just depends on your preference. The goal of this is to, once you mount the pommel horse, to swing using your legs to allow your body not to touch the pommel horse except with your hands. The more you travel across the pommel, the more points you are going to get. This does not use grips, unlike some of the other events, and you will also wear pants. The next event is still rings. Everybody calls them rings for short, but they are known as still rings. Still rings are with a tower about 20 feet off the ground. You have two rings a little less than 20 inches apart. You will wear grips for this event, and you will wear pants. This event demands mostly strength, because you have to prevent yourself from shaking and moving as much as possible. You want your body as straight as possible, and you want to hold positions as steady as possible. So unlike the other ones, this one, the goal is not to have it as flowing, because oftentimes there are power holds that they will have to do. The next is high bar. This is often the most popular and people's favorite, but it is actually called the horizontal bar. The horizontal bar is a steel rod that they use for kids, but the professionals will use a fiberglass with a wood coating similar to the girls' uneven bar. This stands about a little over 9 feet above the ground, and that is including the pads. The goal of this is to flip around the bar as many times as possible with as many twists, regrips, turns and the best dismount that you can do. The more it flows and the less you stop, the better your score is going to be. This will require pants and it will require grips. When a gymnast gets their award, they will salute. When a gymnast finishes their routine, they will salute. So, I'm going to salute you, thank you for listening, and bow to my judge. Thank you.